podcast. I'm your host Shinry here at the Anime Podcast, everything from anime, manga, video games, TV shows, and a real long topic we're talking about. Today's video is on One Piece chapters 1155 to 1156. All of the Rocks pirates. Now, when we last left off, we found out that Rocks is the father of Blackbeard, and he's come to Elbaf seeking King Harold. Why, we didn't know just yet, but the reveal is really crazy. So he runs into Loki, and he's trying to convince Loki to lure his father. Now that he's arrived on Elbaf, and he's like telling him to go get your father. I'm gonna attack you. Tell your father you got attacked by rocks. Like your father will come here. He'll come to protect you. And Loki's like, well, too bad for you. My father's not here. He's already gone. He left Elbaf. So whatever reason you want to fight my father, whatever reason you're looking for my father, he's not here. Loki at first protested, but Rocks wasn't joking. And we learned that his single Zord swings were legendary for obliterating everything in our path. So Rocks was like, look, little boy, I ain't playing with you. I know that King Harold is from here. You say you're his kid. Okay, you think I'm joking? Literally obliterates everything. Like, Rocks was that pirate. And I think he was one of the original four emperors of the sea. Like, way back when. Like, maybe it was Goldie Roger, Rocks, Big Mom and Kaido, and were under Rocks, was under Rocks, and so I'm not sure. Maybe we didn't have Emperors of the Sea back then just yet. And yeah, Shanks was a part of Goldie Roger's crew. So these were just like the top dogs back then. We then once again learned that every revelry, again confirmed, I think people should stop pretending that somebody dies. But this recently, the reason why Rocks is looking for King Harold is because they were both there at the last revelry where someone got killed. And apparently, and this is so cool, Rocks threatened Emu and told him/her, or they/them, we don't know who the fuck Emu is or who they identify as, but he would be back. Like, Rocks was just inside of the same Emu's palace, saw Emu face to face, and Emu tried to attack him, but Rocks got away. That is crazy. He says that he was a loyal follower of Davy D. Jones. I think it says Davy Jones, but D, we learn later, is in Davy Jones' name. And he's another new captain we haven't met before, but that's Oda, throwing in these things. When Davy Jones, it's a part of pirate history, stuff like that. So I think it's pretty cool that he found a way to introduce Davy Jones into this universe. We also get a glimpse of somebody that looks like Princess Vivi. I'm not 100% sure who this character is, but it looks like the same reason that Emu's currently going after Princess Vivi, maybe like an ancestor or something like that. We then learned that this was the same day that King Harold came seeking peace at the revelry, and those disgusting celestial dragons wanted to capture him. The celestial dragons saw King Harold. They're like, whoa, he's the most biggest giant we've ever seen. And celestial dragons are like, if we see it, we want it. You want it, I got it. Or what Ariana say? If I want it, then that's what I get. That's how the celestial dragons be acting. They don't care if you a person that's married, got kids, got a wife, got your own job, got your own house. They can just buy you because they want you, even though you ain't for sale. And so Rocks and Harold ran into each other because King Harold was about to be captured by a celestial dragon. He came here to seek peace and bring the giants into the world government. And then Rocks was fleeing for Emu because he just saw Emu's face and Princess Vivi's ancestor. So they just happened to run into each other. And immediately they began battling because Rocks is the one that they believed... Harold is the one they believed killed a Marine Admiral there, but it was Rocks. Rocks killed a Marine Admiral while he was there. And so they immediately start fighting. They killed a Marine Admiral and attacked 5 kings. And, basically, King Harold's taking the fall for that, but Rocks is the one that did it. So, King Harold's like, hey, you're that pirate that killed that Marine and attacked those 5 kings. And Rocks is like, I don't know who the hell you are, but get out of my way. Fucking great. Their clash eliminated everything in 5 kilometers in diameter, and I thought it was pretty dope. These guys were incredibly strong. That means King Harold was on the same level as Goldie Roger, as well as Shanks, Whitebeard, Blackbeard, Big Mom, Kaido. King Harold was that goat. It was also on this day that Rocks received his first bounty for attacking and killing a Marine Admiral, and then he went on to destroy the Gates of Justice and burn a tribute to the Celestial Dragons, which is what's currently happening now in present day. We're not burning tributes, we burn their food supply currently. The Revolutionary Army is doing that. And so, Rocks was out there just causing chaos. He killed a Marine Admiral. He attacked 5 kings. He saw Emu's face. He was in Emu's garden. Emu protected him at the last minute. Rocks was crazy, okay? Rox hated the world government, and he used dating-back fights like the Straw Hats when they fought the feisty pirates to like gather powerful crewmates. Among them was Whitebeard, Big Mom, and Kaido. So Big Mom, Kaido, and Whitebeard were either captains of their own crew or they were a part of other crews, and they joined Rox because they lost Davy Jones fights, which is pretty cool, or dating-back fights. We then learned that King Harold, who did love his son Loki, because of course he did, he just wasn't there when Loki was born and actually forbade him from going to the underworld for his safety. So King Harold didn't know what Estra did to Loki, but he forbade Loki from going out to the underworld. He's like, hey, look, it's dangerous out there. I love you. You're my son. You're my second child. You're my real blood, but you're not allowed to go to the underworld. Like, I forbid you from going down there. So it really shows that a parent cares, because parents want to keep you away from dangerous stuff. Meanwhile, Rox had originally come back to visit King Harold to invite him to join his pirate crew. So Rox didn't come there for a fight. Yeah, he cut up Loki because Loki, he knew that would bring King Harold out of hiding because King Harold cares about his son. But he was like, you know, I want King Harold on my crew. King Harold was strong. You know, we're going to have a Davy back fight. You're going to join my team. We then meet more of his crew. First off, Shiki the Golden Lion is canon. Shiki the Golden Lion from One Piece Strong World. Love it. Love it. It was a great movie, by the way. If you haven't seen the One Piece movies, I definitely recommend Strong World. It's great. Along with Stussy, who I think was in the last arc of Egghead Island, and then a pirate named Don Marlon. Perhaps it's Captain Don Capone's father from the Worst Generation. I know the Worst Generation are still relevant, but he looks like he'd be Capone's father or like some relation to Capone. Somebody named Wong Zahi, who was a part of Blackbeard's crew as the Commodore currently. Not really too familiar with this character because we've seen Blackbeard's crew, but we don't really know much about Blackbeard's crew. A pirate smuggler named Gonzui, and some others. We then learn that the island Blackbeard currently resides on over as Pirate Island was initially taken over by Rox, his father, who wanted to take over the place after pirates and the world government learned of the gold mine beneath it. But the world government was too afraid to attack the island itself because, you know, they want that gold, they want the treasure hidden there, and the island itself was made of rocks. The island itself, Rox made like a deal with them that he would take out the pirates there, but he really planned to take it over. So like Rox was like, hey, y'all are scared of like ruining like the gold there and fighting the pirates there. Hey, I'll go take out these pirates for you, and then, you know, we can be even. But really what Rox did was he took over that place for himself. Rox basically like lied to the ass. He's like, oh yeah, I'll take that out for you, and took it over as his own base. Anyways, back in present day, Harold had declined to help Rox rule the world, but Loki was inspired by Rox. So even though King Harold was like, hey, I'm not going against the world government, I want to make giants a part of the world government, Rox was like, hey, look, you idiot, they're not gonna do that for you. And well, we learned that later, but that's pretty much Rox's opinion. And then Loki's like, well, hey, I want to be a pirate, I want to join Rox's crew, but Dad, if you want to do it, I'll do it. And so over the next 4 years, Rox set out just to do that, to rule the world. And Loki trained to hopefully one day join the Rox pirates. Now, what I wasn't expecting was that the Kuja pirates from the Amazonian island to be involved with this backstory, but they are, and it's a crazy twist of how they're involved with this. The captain, who's the old woman in current day, around Boa Hancock is present day, and she wasn't lying. She was beautiful back then. Like Oda does this thing where like the old ugly women in present day were like beautiful back in the day, and the old ugly men that were ugly as children are now like big buff dudes. I love Oda's like twist every time he does that. But she was once a strong and beautiful lily, just like Oda has been joking about. I even put it in there. He was a master of making older women look beautiful. The older women look beautiful as they're younger, and the old man looking buff when they were like shrimpy as kids. Also, Lady Shaky, who owns that bar currently where Rayleigh is, I think at Sabiata Archipelago, she was among that crew who. I believe when we first encountered the Worst Generation, but this is where they also ran into the Roger Pirates. So like Shaky's involved with this, the Roger Pirates involved with this, like everything's about to clash. Goldie Roger specifically came to recruit Shaky to his crew, which is hilarious because out of all the Kuja pirates, her beauty was the only one that could stun him. Like Goldie Roger was not stunned by any other woman besides Shaky herself. And Shaky wasn't interested in him. She was interested in Rayleigh the whole time. However, Rayleigh was pretending like he wasn't interested in her. So it's just a hilarious like love triangle, I thought. However, Shaky refused to join the Roger Pirates, but yeah, like I said, she seemed to have a thing for Rayleigh, which is the complete opposite of Luffy. Like, Luffy's not interested in Boa Hancock. Boa Hancock's interested in Luffy, and as far as I know, there's nobody in our crew that's interested in Boa Hancock. Everybody's in love with Boa Hancock anyway. But I found out it could be a hilarious gag. We didn't get another hilarious gag from a young-looking Warp and preparing to engage in battle with Warp. Preparing to engage in battle with Goldie Roger. He even has a cannonball in his hand, and he's like getting ready for throwing. And he's like, "Hey, it's the Roger Pirates. Hey, get ready for this. We're about to fight." Really fucking love that. I love the history of them all coming together. And so their first battle began, and Shiki grew up to become the Empress of Liddy Island. Like, so Shaky had originally took over. Before Boa Hancock, it was Shaky. I mean, all right, so the order is the old lady that's currently Boa Hancock's assistant was the Empress, then was Shaky, and now it's Boa Hancock. We then flash back over to King Harold and his first love, Ida, and Harjuin and Loki. Like, they're all together now, and I like seeing that. A sailor found Loki drowning at sea and saved him. And we can see that Ida loved Loki. As I said, like, she didn't care that Loki's from a different child or a different mother. She loved both of the kids. And she knew that he disliked her because his real mother had died and he was blamed for her death and abused by her brother, his uncle. And, you know, Harjuin is also rejecting him. But Ida was like, "Hey, I don't care, Loki. I know you're throwing a temper tantrum, but hey, I love you. Somebody loves you. Your dad loves you. I love you." Thought that was really cute. She even asked Loki to live with them, but Harjuin and Loki both protested. She was like, "Hey, Loki, come live with me and Harjuin." And Harjuin was like, "No." And Loki's like, "Hell no." Just fucking great. Ida found Loki hilarious, though, whereas Loki thought she only wanted to use him to live in the castle for money, which, again, we know Ida's not like that. Ida is, like, very okay with, like, the normal life. She's living, like, not royalty. Like, she's okay with the basic life. And we can see that, and like I said, Ida was never like that, and Harold defended her. He's like, "Hey, don't talk to her like that. She's not the kind of woman. She's my first love, the father of my first child. The father is your brother. Chill, Loki." No, instead, Loki wanted to leave the island where he felt unwanted by everybody. And so when Rox came to recruit his father, Loki would beg him to go with him. But again, Rox refused. I feel like we've seen this before, like when Luffy begged to go with Shanks and Shanks told him no. And I think we've seen that with one other character too. I can't remember who it was, but I really like that parallel. We then flash to Pirate Island, where a mobster named Kaio came to meet Rox. I'm not sure who Kaio is. I don't recognize this character at all. And actually, he's the reason that there's two holes in the eyes of the stone statue of that like face on the Pirate Island. I think that's hilarious. Even though I've never seen this character before, I like that that's the world building that we're building around it. Like, originally, Pirate Island was just had that stone, but like he kicked two pirates in there and made those two holes. Fucking hilarious. We then learned that Rox is after two particular devil fruits. One he suspected would be on Elbaf. So one of the devil fruits from 14 years ago that is the reason King Harold died. And specifically, he said if he ate it, it would make Harold virtually unstoppable. The second devil fruit, we don't really know what it is, but he says, wait, did we learn it? We do learn the second devil fruit, but the third thing he's after is called the Galea. So he does mention the second devil fruit, but I don't know if he says what the name of it was. But I'm not sure what it is, but I figured it must be somehow related to Blackbeard's being able to eat 3 different devil fruits, or eat 2 devil fruits or something like that. I don't know. We have to learn what Rox's power is. We have to learn what Rox's devil fruit was. So, again, that's what we're getting to. The final shot is a glimpse of Rox's crew. And, again, I love that Shiki's still canon. So, I'm not going to speculate again because there's still 3 more chapters, I believe, before the chapter comes out tomorrow on Sunday. But, man, I'm excited. So, what do you guys think about Rox's crew? What do you think about Rox's backstory? What do you think are the 2 devil fruits that Rox is after? That's really the speculation. I think one of them is the Cerberus fruit. I feel like we're going to find out Blackbeard is the Cerberus. We're going to find out either next chapter or something related to that next chapter. I have a feeling that's going to happen. I don't know how, but I have a feeling it's going to happen. Otherwise, my theory might have been all wrong the whole time. Anyways, guys, that's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. I'm kind of was rushing through this, but we either combine the next 4 chapters together because the new one's going to come out, and then we'll talk about it all together, or I might break up the next 3 chapters and then talk about that. Because I feel like the God Valley event that's coming on Sunday is going to be its own video. Anyways, that's all for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Talk to you later. Bye. Hey guys, this video was sponsored by me, the author of the Shinry series, the Chronicles of Wayne, and Monsterverse. So I figured I'd do this outro a little bit different by showing you guys what you guys will be checking out. So, the Shinry series starts with Book 1, Shobu Samurai Project Aryoku. 10 years after the death of his parents, Shobu Samurai returns home, seeking vengeance, but instead faces the choice to save his home from shadow creatures, blood beasts, and an organization once thought dead. Shinry's Shobu Samurai starts at $9.99. And if you love anime, manga, Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, Yu Yu Hakusho, Fairy Tail, Shaman King, Rave Master, Zatch Bell, anything like that, the Shinry series is definitely the series for you. You'll definitely want to check it out. The Sword of Light is probably the thickest one so far. And then these books are 2. This is Enter the Dread Zone Tournament. And the series original ending, Arado, the Legendary Conjuring Master. So, and I'll just show you guys some of the covers. Really proud of all of these. But I hope you guys check it out. If you don't like that, I also have the current published books for the Chronicles of Wayne, Love Be Damned, Cotton Candy, Full Moons, Fabled Lovers, A Cursed Virgin's Bite. If You Go Where Monsters Dance, Red will Rain Over Your House. Love Be Damned. Now, the Chronicles of Wayne is about a geeky guy, or a nerdy guy in high school. His senior year, he has a crush on the hottest guy in school, because of course he does. He's only got one best friend, and her name is Barb. Well, the hottest guy in school turns out to be a werewolf. And to make the story more interesting, he bites Wayne and turns Wayne into the first ever wolfman in the last 10 years. And because of that, it was also a sacred law that wolfmen should never be created. I don't want to get into too much of the Chronicles of Wayne without spoiling it, but I can tell you it's very short. This one sells for $6.99, and Love Be Caged right after it. The ending of this trilogy, Love Be Liberated, comes out in October. So I'm going to definitely do a more full in-depth review of this one. But yeah, it's an LGBT fantasy fiction story about werewolves, vampires, white witches, a dark warlock, and, well, many, many more surprises to come. So if you guys like to read, I definitely recommend. These are all the books so far in the Shinry series, except for Shinry's Beginning. I do have that one, but it's just not here with me. But yeah, I appreciate a like, support, or just a review on Amazon. Either way, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day.